Hello all. In this video, we are going to discuss about object-oriented programming in System Verilog. Object-oriented programming (OOPS). System Verilog supports object-oriented programming where objects can be dynamically created, deleted, assigned, and accessed by object handles. Let us see the difference between OOPS terminology, that is object oriented programming terminology, and Verilog HDL terminology. So a class in the OOP is a blueprint or a template for creating objects which are instances of the class. Whereas on the other hand, a module in SV is a basic building block that defines the functionality of digital circuit. A class defines a set of properties or attributes and methods or functions that characterize the behavior of the objects created from it, whereas a module encapsulates the collection of signals, registers, and other components to form a specific circuit. Where here, the basic difference between the class and a module is the class contains methods and properties, whereas the module contains registers, reg data types, and other components to specify the circuit. In object-oriented programming, an object is instance of the class, whereas in Verilog, a module instance is similar to the object of a class. Object-oriented programming, a handle is reference to an object in the memory. It is variable that stores the memory address of the object rather than object itself. In Verilog, instance name is a unique identifier given in each instance of a module. In a hardware design, it is used to distinguish between different instances of the same module. So a class contain object handles for storing storing the address of the object, whereas a module contains whereas in modules in Verilog we use instances. Now let us discuss about the properties of a class. Data items which are defined inside a class are referred to as properties or members of the class. So for example, if we declare a class called summation, then the data like int a, int b, int c, these data types, these variables are known as properties, or they're called as members of the class. Methods. Tasks or functions which are defined inside a class referred to as class methods. Example, let us take a class called summation and we are declaring a variable of int data type called total. So this is a class member, or it is also called as property. And here we are taking a function called total and the return type of the function is int, and we are here returning the total variable total, and here we are ending the function. So this function is called as method. So a function or a task which is declared inside the class is called as method. So this is also a method. A task declared inside the class is also referred to as method. Methods of the class. This task is adding the variables a and b. Class objects. To use a class, an object is created by instantiating the class. For example, let us take a class called summation and it has a function. So for this class, we are creating a handle. So the creation of handle syntax is as follows. We have to a class name followed by the name of the handle. Sum underscore h is the name of the handle. This is not an object, this is a handle of a class. So for creation of objects, first we have to create a handle like this. First we have to create a handle for the class. Then by using the keyword new, we will create an object for the handle. like this: summation sum underscore h is equal to new. By using this new keyword, by using this new keyword, object handles are created by using this new method. New keyword is called the constructor. New keyword is called as constructor. Every class has a default constructor called new. So using this constructor, object handles memory is allocated to this object handles. So without assigning this handle to new, no memory is created for this handle. So if there is no memory, this handle cannot store any data. So for storing this data, we should create a memory for this object handle. So memory is created for this object handle using the keyword new. So if the memory is created for this object handle, any class having access to this object handle can access the members or methods of the class using this object handle. So if a class B has this object handle, so this class B can use this object handle to access this members or to access this methods. So before accessing, this handle should have memory. So by using this created object handles, we can access the members and properties of the class. Uninitialized object handles will point to null handle. So if any handle is uninitialized, then it will point to null handle. Let us see an example on how to access the members of a class. Here, let us take a class called summation, and int total is a member of a class, and there are two methods. One is function and other is task. This function is returning total, and this task is adding a plus b, where a is the input argument of type int and b is the input argument of type int. Here we are declaring the handle and we are assigning it to new. So an object handle, so the memory is created for this object handle. Memory is created like this. A memory is created for this sum underscore h. So this sum underscore h has variable called total, member called total, and two functions like this. So using this handle sum underscore h, object handle sum underscore h, we are accessing the method called addition, and we are passing the arguments 5, 6. So a will be copied to 5 and b will be copied to 6, and here total will be equal to 11. So by displaying the statement, we will get total equal to 11, and we are accessing the total value by using this. We are accessing the method total by using this handle, that is sum underscore h dot total. So we will get total equal to 11. And in this statement, we are accessing the property method called total by using this handle sum underscore h dot total. Here we have declared the member total. So for accessing this, we are using this handle. Next, this keyword. In system Verilog, the keyword this refers to the current object instance of a class or a module. It is reference to the object that is currently executing a method or a task. For example, we have taken a class called amount underscore c and we have declared a property or a member, and we have a method in the class called function new int amount, and we are assigning this dot amount equal to amount. So here this refers to the variable which is of this function type, and amount refers to the global variable, that is this one. So for removing the ambiguity, that is if a class contains two same names, So for removing the ambiguity or confusion, we use this keyword. Thank you for watching this video.